Hey guys, it's Drac, and this package is insane. To fully put into perspective how insane this package is, I need to tell you that the last time I reached out and commissioned somebody else, not myself, to build me a Nerf blaster, it was Foam Data Services, because I wanted to take a look at what top-notch hydrographic imaging looked like. I wanted to learn a lot of his secrets. I wanted to crack it open and figure out how it works so that I could take all those things and put them into my work and become a better Nerfer. On top of that, he went above and beyond and made an absolutely beautiful rapid strike, quite possibly the nicest one I've ever personally seen, the Nosferatu. And so, ironically, a full year later, I commissioned a person that I've never met before named Eli Wu out of California to make me, yes, I know, another rapid strike. It's not that I can't make rapid strikes, guys. It's just that full auto is not my flavor of choice, and so it has to be absolutely exceptional for me to want to pay somebody else to do Nerf work for me. And Eli set a very high bar when he came onto the scene and posted his nifty trick. And so once again, I absolutely had to have one of these. I had to reach out to him. We've become pretty decent friends, talking about it as he's put this together over the series of like months that it's taken him to build a second one for me, and I am so very, very excited to get it out of the box. But while full auto is not my cup of tea, 3-round burst makes me feel like Master Chief. Battle rifles for days, guys, and that is exactly what Eli has done. So once again, I had to purchase something so that I could crack it open, learn its secrets, and share them all with you. So this should be a bunch of bonus parts in different colors, because in addition to being a microcontroller genius, Eli is a 3D print wizard. So this is going to not only do cool things, but also look very, very cool in the process. Now, I wish there was a safer way to come in here and open this guy up, but we're just going to carve through all of this bubble wrap. We're going to take this out of its marvelous cocoon, but this is exciting. So it is a rapid strike. It's a rapid strike with a lot of 3D print customization on it, and you're going to notice something immediately very unique about this rapid strike if I can actually free it from its bubble wrap prison. So let's get in here. Alright, there we go. Getting closer, and obviously we stopped just sawing into it because we do want to delicately remove this after a point. So as long as we can get a good angle on it, we can fillet it open. But I am very glad that he took a ton of time and made sure that this got here safely. And we're probably going to have to throw a lipo in it before we play with it, because you can't ship these guys with lipos. But I have plenty of lipo batteries, and so we should be in good shape. Can you guys see it yet? I can see it. It's starting to show its true colors. This is gonna be so good. It's not the dramatic face reveal, or the face reveal, which was quite dramatic. It's not the reveal that the toe pincher coffin coming through UK Customs was, but this is going to be good. So there you see the Select Fire module on it, and oh come on, is there an awesome foregrip as well? It barely looks like a rapid strike in some ways now. Almost free. There is a large angled foregrip on it, which is killer. I love angled foregrips. It looks like the angled foregrip has become unattached. No muss, no fuss, no problems. That is slick. This whole thing is very, very cool. So the voltmeter is integrated into a piece that sits on top of the top rail. Here we have a rubberized cover for what's undoubtedly a holographic sight. That is very, very cool, very fancy. I was not expecting that to come on this. The paint job is red, black, and white. That is really, really cool. We have a very interesting adjustable part here that mounts onto a fully 3D printed stock. This is not the original Rapid Strike stock. It just looks organic because it fits in like that. And then this is our Select Fire switch. So that is going to be the difference between single fire, 3-round burst, and full auto, I believe. There is a 3D printed magazine release. It is extended. It's very paddly. It's going to be really, really cool. He's completely redone the breech. It looks like that's our microcontroller right there, where you could plug it in to reconfigure it if you so needed, but I do not so need to. And then he's fully printed his own version of a flywheel cage inside there. But what makes this next levels of special is, in addition to the microcontroller controlling this burst module for the pusher, and you can't, or you can barely see it through here, these are brushless motors. These are brushless motors. Brushless motors. To put that into perspective, 3 wire leads come off of these as opposed to 2 for the regular kind of motors that we use, and they are smart. They not only balance and configure with one another, but they spin up infinitely faster. They wear out not at all like brushed motors, and they are controlled by that same circuit, so they're just really, really cool. To put it into complete perspective, high-end quadcopters use brushless motors, as does the FDL-1, mostly because it's poached from a bunch of quadcopter parts. But we have a very sick muzzle brake up here at the top, fully brassed out of these barrels, so the brushless motors throw through brass, which is of course exactly how snickas and coat duck cages work to make them super duper sick. But we should be able to pull this muzzle brake off, indeed, and then get into this battery tray so that we can hook it up so that we can actually fire it for you, because so far I've just been ranting and raving about taking it out of the package, which has been insane. What a trip. This is so very, very cool. Let's play with it though. This is insane. Alrighty guys, so we got it all powered up and we can look at some of the features now. So, this is feed lips 3D printed, designed to make it very easy to chamber magazines, not just directly, but also like at any weird angle they will find their way home. Now as we come in here, you can see that this custom breech is insane. It's printed very thick and it does a great job of making sure that your darts stay chambered exactly where they need to be. Now that it has power, you can see that this is of course in its semi-auto mode, but it won't fire unless you are in fact revving it. So we'll rev, and you can see select fire here is one shot, and then this is my favorite, is the burst fire mode, and that is 3-round burst, and then of course the full auto feature is just insane. Now there is a voltmeter up here integrated, and it actually is wired through the blaster itself, which is very clever. I do like this raised sight profile and this entirely custom 3D sock. It is solid, it doesn't move anymore, but that's exactly where I want it. And then as a fun include here, we have a holographic red dot sight with multiple modes and ways of functioning. I believe to get this on, you turn there, and sure enough, we have all these different kind of pinpoints, but this is currently in crosshair configuration. So we'll close this, and all of that is a lot of fun to talk about. The blaster looks great. I mean, clearly a lot of time taken into making sure that not only the 3D printed parts mirrored everything, but that it still looked as close to a toy or some sort of sci-fi Star Wars assault rifle as it possibly could. I love this brake. It protects the brass, which is a very important feature, and then of course it also holds the battery tray in. But we'll start with some single fire for fun. I think that's a good way to start, and I'm gonna end up doing a bunch of 3-round bursts because it's by far the most unique and special thing about having this microcontroller and brushless motor setup, is just how incredibly like versatile this platform is. But we'll go for just Pew-it first. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, to the point. We have 4 shots left, so let's do one more in single fire, and then let's move into burst. And this is where the blaster really, really shines. So dropping that magazine is super duper easy. They will gravity drop, but this extended magazine release is actually quite comfortable. Let's throw a fresh one in. Let's do 4 3-round bursts. We'll put 2 on our special friend here, then 1 on our post, and then the last one on our friend again. Hard to miss. Very, very cool. I absolutely love that feature. It's my favorite thing about this blaster by far. As we switch down, I'll just show you, we'll just completely dump this 12-rounder. Full auto mode is no joke. It is still a rapid strike. It still has all of that fun and friendly capability. So if you just want to obliterate something, you can unload a veritable stream of darts. I seem to be aiming high with this. It might be that I'm not used to using holographic sights, but we'll go back into burst fire mode because I absolutely love it, and we'll finish the video off with some of that. This is just an absolutely, I guess it's two of a kind now. It's not completely unique, but a very, very special primary. Haven't touched on, I guess, the angled foregrip at all in this video, but the angled foregrip is very comfortable and is doing exactly what it needs to do. So man, you go through a lot of darts having this much fun, but that is this blaster. I haven't decided exactly what to call it yet, but I'll come up with something very clever and put it in the title, something befitting, something that's had this much time not only put into its aesthetics and design, but also into just designing these files, programming the microcontroller, figuring out which motors to use and how to make a cage for those. Like, a lot of love went into this, and it definitely shows. So huge thanks to you, Eli, for sending this over, and I mean, thanks to you guys for watching. This is just a really, really cool piece that we haven't seen anything quite like on this scale.